Howdy y'all, today is September 13th. I was set up at the Tractor Supply this morning. It ran from 10 to 3. I wasn't planning on staying the whole time because I figured it wouldn't be a big hit. But it actually started raining about 12:30, which worked out great because that was all the later I was planning on staying anyways. There were only 3 vendors, me included, so it was pretty small. It was about what I expected, but still made a decent amount, so I'm happy with that. The honey sold really well. Sold a lot of, just fun, unique things people wanted to try, which is cool. So anyways, hopefully this rain will help loosen up that ground a little bit because I do need to move the chicken net today. Hopefully I won't have to use a hammer to pound all that in, but really thankful to have this rain because it has been so dry. But head back to the farm and get the car unloaded and then start getting on chores. Howdy y'all, today is September 15th. We are 3 days away from meeting some new little chicks, which is super exciting. Still 4 days away on these guys, but coming soon. So you see how this light here is on? That means the egg turner is going to be working. The egg turner is off. This little light's off, so I need to pull this little white thing out. I'll show you here in a second. So that way the chicks have room to crack open and actually hatch and not get stuck in this little space. So I'm going to do that with the first one here and the other one here, and then put a little more water in. Just like that, the egg turners are out. I did pull off that little B tab just to get some more humidity going in there. Open the vent up all the way, and now we wait. Howdy y'all, today is September 16th, and believe it or not, we're still 2 days away from hatch technically, but we have some early ones. There's already some that have started to pip, which basically means they've just punctured the shell. They haven't really started zipping, which is the next thing they'll do. They'll kind of just crack all the way around and then they can pop out really easily. So let me show you. So over here you can see the little chick has just used their beak to lightly pop it. Probably taking a break because the hatching process is a lot of work for these tiny little babies. The one next to it has also done the same thing, just loosely cracked it. And then from there, they're going to, the terminology is zip. They're just gonna crack a nice circle all the way around and pop out. It usually takes a while, so I'm not anticipating anything today. It looks like that one's got a very tiny little one. You can see it there. I can't quite see the middles too easily. That's exciting. We've got 3 going. I did just take the turner out on the white eggs here, so got that filled up. I want the humidity to be a little higher just to make the hatching process easier for them. I haven't checked the blue eggs yet. Not seeing anything. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything in there. It's hard to see the middle ones once again. But that is pretty exciting that we've already got a couple starting to hatch. So that means I have some work to do to set up and get ready for them. I don't know if you guys could hear that over the sound of the incubators running, but that little chick that's hatching is chirping. It's so cute sounding. There's also one in here that's chirping even louder than the brown one over here, but even since the first video, that brown one's made just a little bit of progress. You saw the egg kind of moving in there. Still working on getting set up. I have them kind of under here for now. Probably the third one will go under here, but I'll have to clean up first. In the span of about 30 minutes, we're already up to a couple more chicks. So we still have these 2 on the edge here. But we also have this guy here. You can see on the top. Still got this white one there. But also that guy right there. So the brown ones are definitely taking the early lead here because, like I said, we're still 2 days away from hatch. Nothing on these guys yet. I'm really not expecting to have a chick actually out of its shell today. We'll see. It'll probably be tomorrow when I come in. We'll see some running around in here. All the little brood boxes are set up for when they hatch. So all of them have a feeder, water, heat lamp, some shavings. I also put a little wood base under the water so that way they don't get as many wood chips in there. Inevitably, they always do, but at least it's set up and ready. I just gotta plug them in and obviously fill everything up yet, but we are ready for some chicks. On the brown over here, that initial one we've been looking at, it's been maybe 15 minutes since I last checked. And you can kind of see it in the camera, but he's about to chomp through another little section there. So we'll see if he gets out before I take off, but I don't know. I don't get in the winter coops too often during the summer months, but as you can see, we've had an explosion of tomatoes pop up. I do feed the chickens a lot of scraps in the winter time, and those seeds will get down in the bedding, and we have lots of tomatoes. Same thing goes for the other coop. You can see how wild that is. It's crazy. It's even worse in there, but it's just this little section here in this coop. I actually just came in here because I need another feeder. Howdy y'all, today is September 17th. I just got a few texts from family. They're all out at the farm right now. And we have some chicks in the incubator, so I'm really excited to see how many we have and see how many more are hatching. So nice pulling in on a drive with new gravel. Oh, look at these little cuties, you guys. We have quite a few in the brown incubator here. You can't quite see all of them because there's so many of them in there. You're adorable. Little babies. We've got a lot more starting to hatch already. As you can see, we've got a couple that I've already cracked there. You can see a little feather sticking out on that guy. So that is exciting. On the blue eggs over here, we've got one that is pretty freshly hatched there. Still pretty wet. Hey, chickies. Maybe got 5 or 6 in there. I can't see, there's a few hiding in the back. Oh, they're so cute. But nothing in the white incubator just yet. They were a day behind. Now, as much as I want to reach in there and just take those cute little fluff balls out, while there are other chicks in there actively hatching, it's actually dangerous to open that incubator up because the rush of cold air can actually shrink wrap the chicks that have started to hatch inside their shell. That little membrane will just suck right up on them, and then they can't move, and it's really hard for them to hatch, if not impossible, without some help. I don't want any of that happening, so I'm just going to use my best judgment on this. It does get a little too full if you leave all the eggs in there for them to start hatching. The humidity is pretty high in there right now. It's hanging out in the 90s. So I might be able to get away with it. If a chick's a little further out, I can kind of reach my hand in there and get it, but we'll see. Right now we have a lot of brown and a few blue going, so we'll see. I'd like to get some out though before I leave. Chores are done. I have about 30 minutes until I have to get to my next music gig, so we'll see if I can catch one actively hatching. I mean, there's tons actively hatching, but actually get one popping out of the shell for you guys. We'll see if I'm able to do that. I do have one of the brood boxes set up, not this one, the far one over there. So like I said, I would really like to get some of those chicks out of there, especially because that one's getting pretty tight, but it's also a little touchy. So I want to make sure there's not chicks hatching too far along, so that way they don't get shrink wrapped in there. Well, no luck on being able to show you guys the chicks actively hatching, so I have to get going to my next gig, but I might come back tonight just to see what they're looking like in there so they don't get too full, too crowded. But I think we're up to 13 that have hatched so far. That includes the middle school. I have 6 blue, 7 brown, and the rest are at the middle school. And then I have 15 that are actively hatching on my end. I don't know about the middle school, but so far so good. All right, yeah, we are back. Let's check on the chicks. Let's see. Yeah, we did have a couple more hatch. Very cool. It's getting way too crowded in there, and I'm also really worried about this humidity sitting so high, so let's get some chicks out of here. We'll get this warming up a little bit for them, so that way they have a nice, good place to lay, because they're coming out of some pretty warm temperatures. Here's the first little guy out of the incubator. So cute. I've just been grabbing eggs right now, just trying to make a little more room so I can grab the chicks a bit easier, but we'll go ahead and put this one in the brood box. This one's nice, dry, and fluffy, so good to go. I actually got one on camera for you guys, so that's pretty cool. The one right next to it is really close to going, so I'll probably get that one too. Howdy y'all, today is September 18th. It looks like we have a lot more little chickies in here, so yeah, looks like only 2, 3 that haven't done anything just yet. I think today is actually hatch day. Yeah, so today's actually hatch day, so still gonna give them plenty of time. Nothing on the white eggs, it looks like. And we got a lot of little blueies running around. Howdy, y'all. Today is September 19th and the white eggs are starting to hatch. So we have quite a few little babies in there and I see some more eggs that have started. Super cool. Nothing on these three in here that I can see. Flies have found their way in there. I think it does get a little smelly. Over here on the blue eggs, not seeing anything. Let me turn the light on, might be able to see better, but at least we've got some whites going. When I was candling these initially, these were pretty hard to see through, so hopefully we still get some more chicks, but I don't know. These over here, all the brown look good, so hopefully we get some chicks, but things happen, you never know. So right now I'm super happy to see some white ones going. It's always exciting. See one right there, just about to come through. Well, yeah, I took down one incubator of the brown eggs. There were 3 left. One of them I could tell had gone bad. So I took the other 2, put them in to the green egg incubator. And the one egg that was left, even though it had gone bad, it actually had a chick that had just started to hatch, but it just didn't have the strength to get out or something weird happened. But there was a chick in there, it just didn't make it, which is sad, but it's a part of farming. So anyways, the farm's open right now from 4 to 6 for people to come out. I've had a few customers. Thank you to the people who are showing up. I generally have a lot going on in my head, and I turned the water on for the pigs and forgot about it because I was running around up there getting stuff done. So they're happy, but there's a huge mud pit and their thing's kind of leaning pretty hard there, so I'll have to fix that. Are you piggies happy? Yeah, you got a nice hole over here now, don't you? Just as long as that doesn't fall over. That's gonna be a pain. I'm gonna have to wait until this dries because there's just no way I'll be able to do much with that. But oh well. At least that's the only time I've left the hose on. I do want to get a sprinkler going because, as you can see, it is extremely dry out here. So I'm just going to plug into this red hose and probably drag the sprinkler up here because that's where the chickens just were, and that looks pretty bad. So, oh piggies, I'm excited that this shell here hatched because this is the only color I have like this. There's only one chicken that lays that, and that chick hatched, so that's really cool. You can see on the inside of the egg there, see if it focuses good, but you can kind of see the little spidery veins. It's pretty cool. So this membrane here kind of protects the chick, so kind of separate it from the actual shell just a little bit. It's kind of hard to do one-handed, but basically when chicks hatch, you have to be really careful, and they have to be careful. They have to fully absorb the yolk and cut off that blood supply. So if you were to help a chick hatch and you were to, split one of those little veins there before they completely hatched out, that chick would bleed and die. So it's always best to let the chicks do it on their own. But it's fascinating, isn't it? Those things were hatching in 18 days. It just goes from typical egg to a full chick. That's amazing. But I've been throwing these out in the garden, so we will get those in and the plants will love it next year.